Sadhgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India, ShrimadBhagavatam275. As you may remember, Kaliya's wives came up to the surface of the lake to plead with Krishna for his life. The punishment you have meted out to our Lord is but right and fair. We are not questioning it at all. The purpose of your avatar is to subdue the wicked, and you have done that now. You have punished us. According to us, it is not punishment, but your divine grace granted to us. We know when Lord Narayana decides to punish a wrongdoer, his real intention is to grace the sinner and to rid him or her of all the sins they have committed. Because of sins committed in our previous births, we have been doomed to assume this dread form of snakes. But then this Kaliya has also accumulated a lot of punya in some previous birth, or else how could he have had the good fortune of having your lotus feet planted on his heads? The great Lakshmi herself performs puja and penances for a touch of the dust of your feet. When such is the case, without even asking for it, Kaliya has been granted the privilege, the good fortune of the touch of your sacred feet. Can anyone be more lucky? After touching your feet, no one desires heavenly bliss or the status of Brahma or the enviable position of being the Lord of the nether regions. That bliss has been granted to our husband. We salute you with all our hearts. We have seen you and we have no desire at all, but we have to ask you to spare Kaliya to us. You are the sea of affection and forgiveness, and we are thirsty for a drop from that ocean. Please forgive him this sin and grant him life. He was ignorant of your real nature, and he behaved as he did because of that. Please grant us this boon. Let Kaliya live and make us happy. Kaliya was limp with fatigue. His heads were all hanging down and nothing was left of his arrogance. Krishna jumped off his heads. Kaliya breathed with great difficulty. Holding his palms together, he said, "My Lord, it is hard for one to abandon the dread disease called I. It is this ego which is the ruin of all living beings. And I was smitten by this dread disease. But you have cured me. My serpentine form is the embodiment of wickedness, and I acted according to my nature. I have now been roused from this sleep of ignorance. I know who you are, and I will never go back to my old nature." Krishna said, "Kaliya, you are forgiven, but you should not stay here anymore. Go back to the ocean and live with your kinsfolk. A river is meant for the use of human beings, and their lives depend on the river and her water. It is not right that you should poison it. Anyone who listens to this story of your conflict with me will never be afraid of snakes. Go back to where you came from." Seeing him standing silent, Krishna smiled and said, "I know what is worrying you. In the Ramanaka island, there is the dread of Garuda for you, and so you're worried. But let me assure you that Garuda will not harass you anymore. When I danced on your heads, my foot has marked each one of your hoods, and seeing that, Garuda will leave you alone." Kaliya worshipped Krishna with flowers and gems and garlands of blue lotuses. He then prostrated before him with his wives and children and went away to the island by name Ramanaka. Yamuna became then free of the poison which polluted her. So Kaliya, bearing the imprint of the Lord's feet on his hoods, left the lake and crawled away. The water became sweet and pure, and the gopas and gopis rejoiced when they saw Krishna emerge from the lake like the full moon after the eclipse. Yashoda, Rohini, Nanda, and all the others wanted to rush to him and embrace him, but their happiness was so great that they stood spellbound as though they were unable to move. Sadhgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.